If there is one thing that is considered a legend about coffee, it must be CIVET coffee. Coffee and CIVET, at first glance, have no connection, but it is the wonderful combination between them that creates a legend about this unique and rare coffee. Weasel coffee, also known as Kopi Luwak, is a very special type of coffee, ranked among the best in the coffee world, and is also the rarest and most expensive drink in the world. This drink originated not far from us, from our regional brother in Indonesia. Is the most unique and expensive coffee also the most popular? Well, you guessed it. Not everyone appreciates this drink. Many people feel concerned, even disgusted, when they learn that the ingredient is derived from animal feces. In many countries, this type of coffee has been called by bad nicknames. Typically, the American media called it cat poop coffee. Various skewed information streams have attacked this typical Indonesian drink. However, the production and business of CIVET coffee seem to be unaffected and continue to bombard the market with high prices. Today, let's join my Wonder channel to learn about the legendary story of Kopi Luwak coffee, its outstanding features, and the reason why the price of this type of coffee is pushed up price to the most expensive in the world. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button to continue watching other interesting videos of my Wonder channel in the near future. The legend of Kopi Luwak. Kopi is the Indonesian word for coffee, and Luwak is the Indonesian name for the Asian palm civet, a small wild cat-like mammal that lives near coffee plantations in the Indonesian archipelago that looks similar to a weasel, but the more common name for this coffee is still CIVET coffee or weasel coffee. In different countries, there are different names for this kind of coffee. Generally, it's also known as CIVET coffee, coffee alamid on the Philippines, and weasel coffee in Vietnam. According to people, generation to generation, Kopi Luwak was discovered during the Dutch colonial era in Indonesia. This coffee was originally known to workers on coffee plantations in Indonesia. At that time, Indonesian farmers were forbidden to harvest coffee for personal use. They had to fight for it. However, wild civets sneaked into the plantations to steal ripe coffee cherries, and then the workers cleaned their feces to get the beans, without picking them, of course. They found that the civet droppings contained naturally clean coffee beans, free from mold or decay. Soon, the planters discovered the potential of the new coffee, which was said to be smoother and smoother in taste. Kopi Luwak's production gradually increased, but this coffee's annual production remained extremely low. The imbalance between supply and demand has led to the birth of an industry, Kopi Luwak. Media hype about Kopi Luwak. Some coffees are prized for their long-standing reputation or limited supply, be it from the islands of Hawaii or regions like Yemen, Ethiopia, etc. Other types of coffee, like Kopi Luwak, put on a particular mystery to push up prices. Kopi Luwak is known for its exotic cooking. According to experts, Kopi Luwak is so special because wild civets choose only the most delicate coffee berries to eat. Indonesian farmers vouch for the superior quality of Kopi Luwak. The discerning palate of civets selects only the ripest coffee berries. Furthermore, the digestive enzymes of these creatures alter the protein structure of the beans, eliminating certain acids to produce a smoother coffee, as reported by National Geographic. Civet digestion also removes any remaining husks, enhancing the bean during processing. For decades, Kopi Luwak has been Indonesia's local delicacy, almost exclusively sourced from wild civets. These civets roam freely in coffee plantations, and farmers have to search for their droppings. However, since coffee expert Tony Wild introduced Kopi Luwak to the West in the early 1990s as the coffee director of Taylor's of Harrogate, everything changed. Now, there's a huge demand for this type of coffee. Many luxury retailers worldwide import it, expanding production to China, Cambodia, the Philippines, and Vietnam. Commonly known as CIVET coffee, in Indonesia, it remains one of the most sought-after delicacies sold to tourists. Why is Kopi Luwak coffee so expensive? Kopi Luwak holds a Guinness World Record for the most expensive coffee. It costs $100–$1,300 per kilogram, depending on the type and quality. In the US, a cup of Kopi Luwak can cost anywhere between $30–$100. In Europe, a cup costs €30–$80, which is crazy. There are three main factors that make Kopi Luwak coffee more expensive than other types of coffee on the market: elaborate production process, small harvest quantity, and distinct coffee flavor. Those who have experienced this type of coffee commented that the taste of Luwak coffee is smooth, rich, and chocolatey. Some people also say that it has a slightly fruity or floral flavor. Luwak coffee has a particularly delicious taste and is a blend of many flavors. The exact flavor of Luwak coffee can vary depending on the type of coffee beans used, the way the beans are processed, and the roasting method. Sounds impressive, right? So, what makes the difference? 1. Making Weasel coffee is also very time-consuming and unique. The first special thing lies in the choice of the Weasel. The process begins when the coffee plant enters the harvest period. The fruit that is close to being harvested will turn a reddish color. Luwaks are very picky eaters. They usually choose ripe red coffee fruits, free of pests, scratches, and without any resin on the outside. Therefore, the best quality coffee beans have naturally entered their bodies. When eaten, coffee berries are digested by this animal, but strangely, the digestion process cannot destroy the coffee beans, only the fruit flesh and epidermis. The beans in the Luwak's stomach will undergo fermentation thanks to special enzymes. Feces containing coffee beans excreted by civets must be collected within 24 hours to avoid temperature affecting the quality of the coffee beans or being eaten by insects. When collecting the dung containing Luwak coffee beans, people will clean it 5 to 7 times to remove dung, dirt, bacteria, and impurities. Continuous washing under running water also helps to ensure maximum cleanliness of the raw material. After being cleaned, the coffee beans are dried in the sun so that the humidity after drying fluctuates between 10–12%. Coffee beans after drying in the sun will have a bright, clear color, and when roasted will be more delicious than dried coffee. After drying, the coffee beans are put into a machine to remove the remaining outer shell and then go through a manual screening process to classify each coffee bean. Next is the process of roasting and grinding the CIVET coffee beans. The coffee beans are roasted to a moderate degree, not too thoroughly, with the main purpose of preserving its unique flavor. People put coffee beans into a round or cylindrical pan with a rotating shaft connected to the handle. The rotating shaft is placed on a pedestal. Below is a stove burning coal, firewood. The temperature of the coffee roasting pan is from 230–240, so it only takes a few dozen minutes of roasting for the coffee beans to change from light color to brown, with the right flavor to make a cup of attractive, passionate coffee. Finally, the coffee is packaged as whole beans or ground powder for sale. Some farms have even opened Luwak cafes so visitors can enjoy this expensive beverage straight from the roasting. Exclusive coffee flavor. At first glance, this drink does not look new. The resulting black-brown color is exactly the same as regular coffee. However, the flavor of Luwak coffee is very delicate, not bitter, but with a slight fresh sourness of fruit. Contrary to popular belief, coffee does not have to be bitter to be considered good coffee. Drinking Weasel coffee without sugar or ice with a glass of water is the most standard way to enjoy it. This way of enjoying it also gives you an unmistakable aroma experience. In particular, the aroma of CIVET coffee is divided into many layers. The first layer is the scent of ripe fruit. The second is the blend of coffee scent mixed with chocolate and malt. In fact, coffee beans grown in different regions will have their own distinct flavor characteristics. The natural fermentation process in the Luwak stomach creates a strong, fruity flavor when it is brewed. The aftertaste of this most expensive coffee in the world is very clean and smooth, leaving no unpleasant feeling for the drinker. This type of coffee also has a more aromatic, stronger smell, especially without any trace of animal feces smell, as you can imagine. Additionally, caffeine content, sugar and protein content of Kopi Luwak were lower compared to those of regular coffee. while pH and fat content of Kopi Luwak was higher than those of regular coffee. Both of these results have been demonstrated in both Arabica and Robusta coffee beans, the two most widely grown coffee varieties in the world today. Extremely low quantity. In the world, civets are only distributed in a few areas, so only a few countries can produce this unique civet coffee, such as Indonesia, Vietnam, Ethiopia. Besides, the production of civet coffee is also very limited. Indonesia's CIVET coffee brand Kopi Luwak only produces 300 kilograms per year. But the journey of Luwak coffee has not been without its ups and downs. According to reports, the majority of Luwak coffee comes from farms where civets are kept in cages and fed the coffee cherries. This is definitely not good for civets. In the wild, they would have a healthy mixed diet of fruits, berries, and other insects, not just coffee. Are civets always happy to contribute? That's certainly something to think about. Today's video ends here. Don't hesitate to leave a comment below to let me know if you liked this video. Please share the love and give it a thumb up, as well as hit the subscribe button so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.